For decades, media consumption was a strictly one-way street. You sat in your living room, turned a dial, and accepted whatever broadcast the network decided to put in front of you. A tiny group of executives sitting behind massive control consoles dictated the cultural signal. They owned the cameras, the transmitters, and the rigid daily schedules. Today, that top-down monopoly is breaking apart. Younger audiences actively reject heavily sterilized, focus group-tested corporate programming in favor of content they can actually touch. They demand hyper-connected participation. Modern viewers expect to decode complex lore, argue over storylines in comment sections, and build direct relationships with creators. The people watching have taken over the process. They now serve as the writers, promoters, and direct financiers of the global franchises they consume. To capture that intense level of investment, top creators stopped treating YouTube like a dumping ground for random one-off uploads. Instead, they format their channels like structured television networks and academic curriculums. Educational channels rely on a rigid visual language. Exact pacing, framing, and design act as a trust signal. Once established, financial mechanics bypass the platform entirely. Millions ignore ad revenue, funneling money directly to creators through Patreon. Independent animation studios are pushing this direct-to-consumer model to its logical extreme, proving they can launch massive global hits without asking legacy gatekeepers like Netflix for permission. The team behind the amazing digital circus pulls hundreds of millions of views on their own merit. Then they route their most rabid fans into a proprietary paid community called the Glitchin, but bankroll their future production costs. When fans act as your production executives, you hold the ultimate leverage. You get to dictate your own terms to the rest of the industry. Securing that fan funding requires relentless viewer retention. To get it, creators design narrative architecture that actively gamifies the viewing experience. In Brazil, top YouTubers construct sprawling shared universes. Fans are forced to hunt across multiple different channels to piece together fragmented storylines and character arcs. This multi-channel scavenger hunt traps attention. It creates an endless algorithmic loop, where fans watch a video, theorize on Reddit, and wait for the next piece. Across the globe in the Korean market, this digital immersion goes a step further by replacing the human host entirely. Creators use AI to construct rich VTuber personas. These animated avatars interact with live audiences, building a layered digital reality that flesh-and-blood humans cannot replicate. Retaining modern audiences requires blurring the rigid boundary between the viewer's physical reality and the creator's hyper-constructed digital universe. These digital obsessions are now growing too large to stay contained on a screen. They are spilling out into the physical world. In Germany, DIY channels host massive offline events like the Mocker Festival. These gatherings act as crucial physical third places, allowing isolated digital communities to congregate face-to-face. And Latin American spectacles take this real-world integration to a global scale. Interactive shows regularly generate audience metrics that rival legacy broadcast networks. By locking influencers in a house and broadcasting a 24/7 reality stream, they turn live audience participation into the core attraction, drawing millions of concurrent viewers worldwide. The current attention economy rewards transmedia architecture. As audiences migrate toward these sprawling systems, disconnected uploads are struggling to maintain a foothold against the gravitational pull of established creator universes. To win today, creators build a structured, emotionally resonant universe with enough space for the audience to move in and take total ownership.